Yeah, I'm working on my series Beyond the Imaginary Curve for Brian Austin Lambert. Reaching the end of the series. I'm at around video 93 or 94 when I last looked. So gonna wanted to do lightning. I wanted to get into the lightning a little bit more than I had. I only did a couple spots of lightning, and I also grabbed some lightning myself. But the smoke is another thing that's important. When you go and look at, if anybody even decides to look, you go look at the chemtrailing and the geoengineering. One of the things that you'll be asking yourself, is this some kind of magic dust that they're throwing out the back of these jets? And I've been saying from the beginning, even for the last 7 months, I've been saying over and over again, one of the ways to confirm that's the way that I did it was to go to smoke and steam and things of that nature. There's also other, it wouldn't fall in the steam category, but it would, atmospheric, these atmospheric images. You can still collect the nanocarbon that way as well. So anyways, this California wildfires is where I'm going to choose to get the smoke from. But certainly just do it right in your own backyard as well to make sure that there's no digital fuckery going on or whatever. It doesn't matter where you go for this, people. So I'm going to put a green filter on. I'm not going to play any sound because I don't want to get any copyright strikes. And we're just going to look around on some of these, what they're calling California wildfires. Now, this particular video that I'm on, they're ranking out humans for starting all these wildfires. They're not called wildfires. They're human fires, and humans are to blame for all this shit. But at no time does anybody ever want to talk reality. You start showing people what I'm showing you now, and people just shut down. I'm not going along with it, obviously. I'm not fucking going along with it. I'm tired of everybody's shit. So what I'm showing you how to do is go see it for yourself. Of course, everyone's going to deny seeing this. They're not going to fucking... Of course, they're all zombies. Everybody's fucking living in a zombie world. So, of course you're not going to get them to have any appreciation for this. But it's there. We can see it. It's in our reality. We're the ones that choose to deny this. Now, this is smoke coming from the fucking wildfires. I'm going to turn my volume down up here in case I hit play, just so I don't get volume on there. Now, obviously, this thing's packed with imagery. I can go in there deep. I can put on the other glass, and I might, in a few minutes, I might do that when we start hitting some of these other videos. But I'm going to go through, because I just Google search and hit up, wildfires, California wildfires, and there's all kinds of channels doing shit on the wildfires. Most of them, if they're not blaming the humans themselves as a whole, then they're blaming governments, like the Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth. I haven't seen his, but I did this exact thing with smoke, the same thing I'm showing you now with these California wildfires from 2019 for Jamie Lee at A Plain Truth, and I sent them to him. And I also sent a batch of this information along with the chemtrail shit to his chemtrail buddies, the chick that's big on the chemtrails, her and her husband there. So I sent them this information. It's been 7 months. They had plenty of time to react to any of this. Nobody else is going to react to it either. Oh well. It's there. It's fucking there. If anybody wants to see it, they can see it. I'm going to switch over to a yellow filter. So the imagery is all in there. We can go in and start picking it out one thing at a time. We can go in deep, go in on the eyes, the noses, the mouths, the hairdos of the imagery and all that kind of shit. We can go in the back and look back there, and you'll see the imagery never changes. It's feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast, just like everywhere else. You'll also notice that nanocarbon prevalent in everything. You're going to see these 6 triangular shapes. These are the 6 triangular nanocarbon that I keep telling you over and over. You can see for yourself with your own eyes. And the sound resonances that drive them, you can also hear those sound resonances. So, the top secret missions are all over. I mean, it's all done. I mean, wake the fuck up. everybody, well, please, wake the fuck up. Because that's what they're doing on every one of these channels is bullshit. They're talking shit about everyone. I'm going to go try to find some of the other smoke areas. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'll pause it to do this. Same thing. Doesn't matter what fire I go to, I can pick out the nanocarbon in the imagery, in the smoke. I can do the same thing in the fire as well, obviously, right? Because we know we can do this everywhere, anywhere. And you notice that I am staying away from anything with human interference, at least where anybody would believe that there could possibly be any human interference, because I don't want to hear no shit or argue and debate about it, so why even bother? I had some people writing me, asking me about the, different things, and I said, nah, because there's too much human interference. Wherever there's human interference, it's hard enough to get people to get their heads around what I'm showing them here, let alone bringing in human interference. Alright, I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to bounce around here for a minute. Hold on. Okay, so here we're looking at some flames from the California wildfire. I'll get back to the smoke in a moment. But these are flames coming up from the wildfire. Try to get my camera good for you, so here. And as you can see, it's the same feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast that we see everywhere else. The nanocarbon is all around us. The nanocarbon is already there. Whether they want to dump the heavy metals out of the jets in that form, in an aerosol, or whether they want to spew it out of the factories and spew it up into the sky that way, whether they want to have everybody burning wood, coal, any pellets, whatever, fireplaces, things like that. They can put it up in the air that way. The smelting factories that are doing smelting and steel manufacturers and all that, they can put it up any which way they want. The nanocarbon all must go back to the system, no matter what. I'll try to go slow down here. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to keep going through here. That's what we're looking at. We're just looking at the fire. We're looking at the flames in this case. I could probably go in the smoke as well if I come up this way for it. let's see what else they give us on this one. And we can watch the imagery change with the flames. Great. Oh, I fucking love it, man. I fucking love it. Oh, man. Okay, this ought to be interesting. So, again, it's just a news channel. I'll straighten this out for you. Hold on. And we'll keep giving our eyes a few seconds to adjust every time I hit play to the new imagery. That was a long one there. Now again, if you come to these videos yourself, this is entire city of Malibu evacuated. You can come right in with your camera, just like I'm doing here, and you can go back and forth and look in at the imagery that's in that fire. You'll see all the same imagery, the feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast that you see everywhere else that I've been showing you. The nanocarbon is all around us. The evidence for that is all around us. You just have to open your eyes and you will see it all. That's all. That's all you got. It's that simple. It's that simple, but for some reason nobody can do that. Hey, Tozy. Alright, hold on. Let me line up another smoke job. Hold on. Okay, so here's another area. I think I'm on the same video I just played forward, or no, I might have switched over videos right now. I'm just going to move around slowly. California wildfires. Where you see the orange areas and stuff is obviously the flames. It's darker areas of the smoke bellowing out. You can see the imagery in the flames. You can see the imagery in the smoke. Just like in the clouds. You're just going to try to move around slowly so you can get the gist. You can do the same thing, just like I tell you with the clouds, the moon, everything else. Go do it for yourself. You're much better off. None of this shaky camera bullshit. You probably have better equipment than I do. You're able to see things more clearly. That almost looks like a bird beak right there. Go over to the smoke area. There's some more flames down here. See what we can get out of the smoke. I might have to come up in the light a little bit when I go into the smoke. Yeah, see, another problem with doing other people's videos, you know, if they're trying to stay focused on, look at this. Let's say those houses, you know, the cameras, they're trying to focus the camera on those houses. They're not even thinking about doing what I'm doing. So they may not have it focused. That's what I'm getting at. Fucking bitch. Okay. Just like the tips of the clouds, the tips of the flames. Alright, so it's just again, entire city of Malibu evacuated. This is breaking news. What is it? California declares state of emergency. The entire city of Malibu evacuated. That's the name of this video. It's on YouTube. Let's see what else I can find before I got it. I'm thinking maybe even play this while it's rolling. Let's keep an eye on it. Because, like, see, you got this large face right here while I press play. It depends on how much of the video they show. We'll see what happens. But you got this right eye over here. You have this right side of the face. Then you've got this face here. Look at, by the way, triangular shapes. I'm only at this distance. I can zoom in and get all the triangular shapes out of here. But anyways, eye, mouth down here, nose here of this large image. There's something really good going on in here. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it or not. It depends on how it's all cut up. But anyways, you've got your image within image. If you just look around in here, I'll try to go back and forth. But part of it is in the smoke, part of it's in the fire, part of it's in the trees. It's all over the fucking place, just like everything else. Just like the clouds meet with the trees, and the trees meet with the clouds. Yeah, this is gonna work. This will work. Where's my green filter? Hold on a minute. Alright, this should be alright. Let's try this. I'm just going to go all the way down, even though you might not be able to make out a lot of it, because that's all the smoke is down that way, above those houses. So we're just going to take a ride down real quick right here, like this. Try to get right back. Hold on. Because what we're doing is we're cropping the imagery, and then what I'm learning is my camera is trying to pull in light when I don't want it, and it's trying to take out light when I need light. So I'm going to slow down a little bit here because we're starting to get among all the more crisp imagery that you'll be able to make out. So it's going to slow down, let you see that it's image within image. If I crop it down like this, you'll be able to see those lower images. You'll be able to see that big face coming up above that telephone pole down there. And then I'll pull back up in a second. Hold on. Okay. Appears to be canine. And I can certainly, like I said, if I want to fuck around all day, I could zoom in on those faces and those images. Okay, so here goes the next one. The next ones all look human to me. So you got this one, looks human. Or at least partially human. You got all these dark faces in there. Let's see if I can get them for you. Oh yeah, look at this shit. I'm going for some of the deeper ones now. There's all these other ones in there. I'm trying to get them for you. Aside from the huge one, the huge obvious one, there's all these little ones in here. And there's more smoke imagery you could probably get now as well. Bring you back down here. You fucking motherfucker. So it seems like everything's about the show on this channel, right? Because that's what it is. Everything's about entertainment. Everybody wants to be entertained. So it's kind of tough. You're better off having your own footage, or if it's a private person, I would look around a little bit further, because I've found a lot better stuff. I'd hate to refer anybody to Jamie Lee from A Plain Truth, but if you go on his channel, he's got all this conspiracy shit about the wildfires in California, but he does have a couple videos on there with longer versions of the smoke bellowing up and the fires and stuff like that. I don't know where he got them, but he obviously looked around and got them. So you can go on his channel and pull it up. Just know that anything that comes out of his mouth is conspiracy nonsense bullshit, and you're not going to find any truth there. So anyways, but that's the only place I can think of that I've already done before, and I know you can get in real good on it. Now I'm just keeping the camera here because all this smoke has imagery in it. There's imagery that's going to start passing as soon as I hit play. I'm going to hit pause and play, but it's only a seconds at a time. But I might as well do it. I'm already 25 minutes into this video. Might as well just do it real quick. So see when I press pause and play, see the smoke moving, so you know what's moving, what's fire, what's smoke, right? Okay, so see how fast I change it? So this is the one that I was just at. So I can do the same thing. I could be zooming in on these as well. I just did kind of go in on all this for you a minute ago. If I get it a little closer right there while I do it, you can see all that in there. Okay, let your eyes adjust for a second or two. like, let your eyes adjust to right here, because there's smoke with flames behind it right here, right? All this flames and the smoke. Look at the imagery that's in here first. Get your eyes on it, and in here and in here and over here and over here. Let your eyes adjust. Then get some of the big imagery. We get this big face coming out here. Let your eyes adjust to the image. Let your eyes adjust to this huge image in the smoke. Let your eyes adjust to all that for a minute. Then once you get your eyes all adjusted for that, I have to press play again. I'm going to try this again. Okay. Again, atmospheric imagery. So if you come to this, you press play and pause and play and pause, play and pause. And you soak up this imagery in here. There's all kinds of imagery in here. I don't know that you'll get it or not. I don't. Also in the rocks and the stones up here on the mountain, and there's the trees and everywhere else. So that's why I'm saying play and pause, play and pause. So you're grabbing the imagery from the smoke and not accidentally grabbing it from a rock, a mountain, a tree, because it's all the same imagery. It's all feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast. So again, here we are again. Your eyes may take a few seconds to adjust. I only have a couple quick pause and plays, and then they shut me down. They go on to the next thing. Okay, so now that we're on to this one, these are very atmospheric. This is just like blowing some smoke out of my fucking cigarette and doing a video on it, which I can. I've done them before. They don't seem to impress anybody, but it impresses the shit out of me. This is atmospheric. This is just smoke in the air. But when you start looking in on this with a filter, throw yourself some contrast. Look at all the triangular shapes in there, okay? And then look at the imagery in there. That's in the atmosphere. This is the shit that some people out there claim that they've been able to see all their lives. And I don't even say it's a claim. They just report it. And now I understand it now. Now I'm starting to get it. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm able to see them now too. But I never was before. I needed the camera's help first in order to do that. So here's a couple really faint ones that are pretty cool. There's one right here. There's a face right here. You'll see how it's all light color over here, and then it's dark in here. And then you got to be careful because there's shit laying around back here. So you have to really look. You have to look when you press play and pause. You have to keep your eyes on these. They take an area, and when I press play and pause, steady on it. Whether you want to take this area up here, because I can see the triangles, see the big triangles. So you know those big triangles are going to be the eyes, right? Kind of hard to make the mouth or any of that shit out in this big large image because you got shit here. You got clothing and human interference. But as far as the smoke bellowing up and you able to look in at the imagery and collect the nanocarbon, no problem. Watch. Okay, so I have a green filter on it. Let's go with a red for the fuck of it. You'll probably see things a little more clearly in this case for these faint images. So watch the images as they roll by. Remember, if they're using these materials that are laying around in here as part of the imagery, I expect that. But I don't want to put it out there that way, and I don't encourage anybody to be doing that because this is all human interference in here. But as far as smoke bellowing up in the air and seeing it in the atmosphere, no one can get you on that. That's what we call natural. That's what people mistakenly call fucking natural. So you can get away with it. So you can go ahead and look. But down here, you're right. Anybody that's thinking, oh, wait a minute, I see imagery down here and all this shit laying around. Yes, you do. And you will. It's all part of the system as well. We may have dumped it there, but it has human interference, so don't use it. Don't even look into that part of the imagery down here laying around as shit gets scattered on the ground. It's too much. People's brains will fucking explode when they realize that we are part of this system and we drop shit everywhere and we make shit and we throw shit around and it still comes back to this same fucking imagery. Alright? But that's too much. People can't even get their mind around the shit does not have human interference. I'm gonna press play. Okay, watch. Hey, I just noticed something. Oh, there it goes. Okay. See these you can't count on these camera crews. So what they did here, there it goes. Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna accuse them of something. All right, let's do this again. Because he starts moving his camera at the same time. They're real fast shots, but you can see it. I mean, you have to go do some of this yourself in order to understand it, I guess. Yeah, see, he moves his fucking camera too quick. I'll try to get to this stuff spooling here. Alright, let's try this one. So now, fire. We'll go right in on it. Again, human interference around with the parts of the building and everything. So try to concentrate on the flames and not so much on these posts and rails, even though they might fall into the imagery. It's inevitable. Let's go with a green filter. Let's see if adding that will blur me out. So I'm going to go that way and this way. Yeah. And again, I like doing these on the spot, spare of the moment, like I'm doing, because I've never looked at none of this before. So I like doing it this way to show you that it's always going to be there. I'm not hesitant about it. I don't second guess it. I know that I'm going to find it. No matter where the fuck I go, this entire system is an electromagnetic nanocarbon system. So of course I'm going to find a nanocarbon everywhere I go. But just to get it around others' minds so that other people will be able to start understanding what the fuck's going on, then why use things with human interference? So if you can get a chance, like if I was doing my own fire pit, I was not, when I did my videos on my own fire pits and stuff and doing flames and smoke, I'm not going to leave big logs sticking out to confuse anybody. As a matter of fact, I want as much blank space and atmosphere behind my fire because I don't want anything behind the fire or in front of the fire or in the fire to interfere with the flames. I just want that imagery. Same thing with the smoke. When I'm going above for the smoke, the only thing I want interfering or playing any part of the smoke is if I need to put LED lighting on it, because I have done that. I put at nighttime, I put LED light up into the sky, aimed up into the sky at the smoke as the smoke's bellowing up from the flames, and therefore you can grab the imagery more clearly. But I guarantee you, you will see it with your own eyes. After you do it a couple times, you'll just be looking and you'll be like, oh fuck, yeah, I do see it, you're right. Okay, so the imagery you can watch change every time I hit play and pause. We can look in. I could go on, put my telescopic lens, but I'm already at 33 minutes, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I just like to come to these other people's videos to do these because what'll happen is it's showing you that there's no trickery and fuckery, and you can go anywhere to get this. It's just been around all along. This has always been there for us to see. This is our fault that we want to deny it. We want to fucking blame everybody else and deny it's even happening. So that's what we do. Good zombie slaves. Okay, so I'm gonna see there, bang. Take good note of the what if we were on Jamie Lee's channel, if we were on A Plain Truth, right? He'd be saying, look at the fucking drones, man. Look at the fucking drones. Well, he doesn't swear, but he say, look at the drones. They're in here. There's 2 of them. Not mentioning that there's fucking millions of triangular shapes all in here, everywhere, right? And that's what they're doing. That's what all the conspiracy sites do. That's what pisses me off, what they were trying to do with my videos. They're trying to bring it back down to government conspiracy level, which is bullshit. It's not what this is. Nor is it space aliens, nor is it fucking God, or nor is it Satan. It's none of that shit. Anyways, there's a huge face here anyways. But you take, and these are also faces. You can make out the faces once you start going in on them. I'm making them out with my eyes right now around the corner, but I don't think I'll have time to zoom in on them. yeah, this is actually turns out to be another face. Here's another face here. Just gotta let your eyes adjust for a few minutes. But they'll take this triangle or that triangle there, and they'll say that it's a government drone. Yeah, government drone seen out the fucking wildfires. Well, full of shit, man. Full of fucking shit. So you can see the entire system for yourselves going step by step. Chemtrails, steam, smoke. Look at a fucking huge image looking out on that. Let me fix my filter. Hold on. Okay, so you got everything there. You have his ear, the front of his face. He's looking out, obviously, in the opposite direction that I'm pointing. Eye, nose, mouth of this ape face right here. He's got his ear here. Got a fucking hairdo, back of a skull. Back of his neck even has hair on it. Very detailed, all of it. Matter of fact, this is part of his ear. It looks like it goes, his ear starts here and goes up like this. But there's the whole side of a face. I'll get my stick out of the way. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to admit it. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's unfucking believable to me. And of course I can go around and we can get all the other images out like I was just doing a minute ago. I can crop pictures back and forth. I show you the other ape that's right here. He's more of a googly-eyed ape. You can see his eyes real fucking clear. What do they call it in an ape? Is it called a snout? I don't even know. But it looks monkey-ish snout to me. And then he's reusing that same fucking hairdo in the back from the larger image. Okay? Then, if you want to take it from there, we got this guy. Which is eye back here, big fucking snout. Looking at you from this way. It looks like this is going to end up being his mouth. Will be this hole right here. Is that one then? Looking at, do I have that one right? I have to get him from over there. Oh, I see him. Big dog canine with his mouth open. So it's a big canine with his mouth open on this angle. Eye, mouth wide open, and his nose up there. If I want to take that one. Yep. Somewhere around there, I guess I could get them for you. Before I lose them. Okay. So yeah, and this is California wildfire, smoke and fire going up. A little bit of flames down here to make up the lips of this thing. And the imagery falls right in. Now that you've seen all the monkey and all that other shit and the two apes and everything like that, start looking in on it. Grab your camera and start looking in. You have several layers here. So right here you have image within image. Almost looks like a body image here. I can't be certain. Within image, there's definitely a human baby face right here. And it looks like there might even be body imagery going on there as well. It's like that. From the veil to the ground, people. 38 minutes video. Sorry about that. I'll be back with something else. I think I'm going to get back on the moon for these last few videos.